I ain't gonna hold you. Life be life, and let's be 100 about it. Don't roam through your thoughts and feelings alone. Put them to me and pull up a seat. Let's talk about it.
Yo, we back for another episode of Let's Talk About It, the podcast. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting here with my girl. We getting our Halloween on. You feel me? Paint our pumpkin. We got to put some little details on there. But one thing we want to reflect on for this episode specifically is communication. And when I say communication, I mean like communication in every aspect. I'm talking about your relationship with your parents, the people at your job, and just in general, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, I feel like, babe, do you feel like a lot of people lose out on relationships that are potentially good for them because of lack of communication?
Yes, yeah, I do. I do. And I mean, I'm not perfect. I do know, like, it be some ways I feel like I can communicate with other people better. So yeah, that is the problem. It's ego, morals. We'll get into that. Go ahead.
Ego and moral definitely play a good part in that because I feel like when you fall out with somebody that's real close to you, y'all may not have ever had a fallout, right?
Feelings be hurt.
Your feelings be hurt, and it also be like a shocking experience for you because say if you're friends with somebody for a long time, you know what I'm saying, and y'all been friends for this long ass time, and then out of nowhere, y'all have a fallout. Neither one of y'all be knowing how to handle that shit because y'all communication may be good among each other, but when it comes to conflict pierces communication so bad.
I feel like the opposite attract thing got a major part to play with that. That's what attracts people, and that's the toxic part. But that's what brings you together. If it make any sense.
Yeah, well, I mean, you mean like with relationships or with friends?
No, friends, relationships, all that. Like all the opposites attract. Like, all right, bro, you be friends with somebody, some that tough person that'll stand up for you also need a soft, sensitive person that'll make them feel better, and then y'all create a relationship, a
Right,
bond, right?
right.
And then when that bond comes, and then when y'all opposites that attracted collide,
It'd be crazy. You know what I'm
that's when
saying?
feelings come in, and then feelings get hurt.
So do you
Like,
feel like when you meet a person or okay, no, I'm gonna talk about from a different aspect. Okay, so we're gonna start with parental. With your parents, you know what I'm saying? Do you feel like and I'm only saying this because with me and my mom, I had a lack of communication with her. Instead of lying to my mother about where I was after school, I should have just been like, Mom, I don't want to come home right now. I don't have nothing else to do. You know, I got all these after school programs. Why can't I just stay here and chill with my friends? You know what I'm saying? Instead of me saying that, but I had a lie, a mile wide, long ass lie. I swear to God, my mother used to have to call my friends' parents and confirm my story. Hey, you know a nigga like me had it all the way down. Hey, for y'all that know that was friends with me, y'all know my mother used to be on my ass. But communication as far as like your relationship, where do you feel like people go wrong the most?
I feel like the impress you stage. That's where people really. That's where shit start like it. Cause I mean, you got your percentage of people that like, yeah, I'll tell you the truth up front, but then you got some of the people to be like, I'm trying to impress you, and sometimes people be telling you the truth, but we gotta decipher what's telling us the truth and not telling the whole truth. Cause somebody be like, all right, well, I told you a part of this, but I ain't tell you the whole thing. If you could,
You mean when you first meet somebody?
yeah, and you be like, all right, I told her this part. Like, I had this friend that was my roommate, but it just so happened to be like something. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you mean.
Can you explain that more for me? Like, help me get that out. Like,
So you mean like
but then you can't really be mad at somebody because when you first getting to know somebody and
people do you do the most to
impress them, but you don't want them to tell them the whole truth because they're not gonna understand. Oh God!
it's like you be liking somebody, right? And y'all be trying to get to know each other and y'all show y'all different interests and sometimes interests conflict. You know what I'm saying? So,
or some people have some type of topics like I can tell them this part, but I ain't gotta tell them everything. Like that's like telling the halfway.
yeah, I mean, but ain't nothing wrong with that because you. It's like when you first meet somebody, you don't want to give them everything at one time. At one time, you know what I'm saying? So you try to find the best way to reflect on what you're talking about at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people now, like when it comes to getting to know people now, people expecting that all jump in head thing type of like tell me everything. You know what I'm saying? Don't hold nothing back because one thing about it is nowadays versus back then, when you get to know somebody, you will get to know them a lot bit faster when y'all start talking because people gonna see that y'all know each other. You gonna find out this and that. Versus back in the day, shit was on a need to know basis. Like people had that locked in, and you know what? I can't even say that I'm mad. I mean, unless it's some shit, like some major shit that
you gotta be a little bit more aware these days though, because times have changed, things have changed, everything has changed. So like you got specific genres that you like, especially dating, and like if that's what you know you want to do and you want to jump right into it.
Right.
But and then that's when they come with family too. Like it's
so let me ask you this, and this is something that I really want to touch base on. In a relationship aspect, when it comes to communication, do you feel like communication is do you feel like it's not gonna work if y'all been drinking?
oh, it depends. It
It depends.
that can be a long extended conversation.
And y'all tell us, like, do y'all feel like? Let me know in the comments. Do y'all feel like when you arguing with your spouse that y'all have been drinking, it plays a part, or do you feel like communication is still something that you can achieve while you've been drinking? Because this couples out there that do it.
Yes, I do. I feel like that. I'm like not. I'm not even about to hit y'all with no hypothetic. Like this is a raw podcast, so like I'm one of the ones that I would like to talk about it before, so we wouldn't have to go through that when we drinking. And sometimes it wins and sometimes it don't. But I rather do it before drinking or this and the third. And if it just so happen to come back up again, then whether I bring it up or she bring it up or everything, it's okay. But I would rather get that out first.
I feel like when you arguing with your spouse when you drinking, the argument be so it start from some simple ass shit, bro. It could be some dumb shit, bro. It could be something so fucking small, and then next thing you know, y'all to be cool all day, and then
that's why I like if any
y'all get to drinking and y'all might fall out. But however, I feel like with that being said, every feeling should be communicated when you in a relationship. If you with somebody and you feeling some type of way, and they ask you what's wrong, or if you the type of person that display your saltiness on your face type shit, stop holding that shit in, man. Say something. Let's get right to it. What's wrong?
That's me. Like if I have a problem and I rather like argue and talk and get out now versus kicking it and that shit just pop out of nowhere. Next thing you know, we arguing and we, you know what I'm saying?
So you do hold in would be wrong sometimes.
No, like I've got to the point where I try to speak about it at the beginning before it became a problem, and then when I didn't say it's like an either way it go, it was a problem. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm a firm believer that get that shit out the way before anything gets in. You know what I'm saying? When you drinking or this,
because but you should be able. It turns to build up.
You should be able to do that while you drinking, and y'all should be able to get along. But my first alternative was to let me get out of the way while I'm sober, so you can understand. Like I'm not tripping. We ain't got this going on. Like,
I feel like the good part is keeping that lane of communication open because a conversation can fix anything.
Yep.
A conversation that needs to be had can fix anything, and that's where I came up with the concept. Let's talk about it because people got a lot of shit they need to talk about, and these is one of the things. I feel like a lot of people lose out on people in their life because a conversation was not had. Do you have people in your life that you feel like that you lost, that you feel like a conversation could have saved your relationship? And I'm talking about relationship as far as like friends. I'm like outside of the like girlfriend boyfriend relationship. I'm talking about like your friends, your family.
Anybody.
Do you feel like it's a friend or a family member that you feel like a conversation would have saved your relationship? I got a couple. I do. I do. I do.
I don't know. Like we gonna have to double back because I'm the person that like will try to talk to you first before the fallout becomes the fallout.
Right.
You mad at me because I approached you and I said I'm trying to fix it before, but then it came down to this. So I don't know. Maybe.
Man, look, I got a lot of relationships that I feel
But y'all
like.
help me figure that out too. Like if it's a certain type of different type way, I can try
Yeah,
to handle
and what's
that.
a good approach to trying to reprimand a relationship that you have with somebody where a conversation could have just been had. It's probably been years since you talked to them, but if you out there and you going through that with somebody, reach out to them because all I need to do is talk about it. But on my end, I have a lot of relationships that I lost due to a conversation not being had. I don't talk to a lot of my cousins. I got one cousin that I talk to. You know what I'm saying? I got a half a cousin that I talk to sometimes. I ain't gonna put no names on nothing. And my favorite cousin, we don't talk no more. Multiple conversations should have been had, but it is what it is. People change and people grow apart, and I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to have like a touch base type thing with this one specific cousin if I could. But if I can't, it is what it is. I ain't tripping. As long as I know you good and you living your life and you know what I'm saying, you ain't got nothing going on that's terrible, I ain't mad at you. But and I also got friends that I lost out of relationships with. And one thing I can say is, shout out to my best friend Amanda, man. Like she told me about communication amongst us two because that's my best friend. She's been my best friend for a long time. And we will fall out, and instead of me trying to address the issue, she would be trying to address it, but I wouldn't be on it. And she hit me with the
Mind you, she's a Scorpio.
man. She hit me with the if we gonna be friends, we need to be able to tell each other about each other. And she not lying because you're right. I feel like everybody should have an open line of communication when it comes to somebody, especially with people that you feel like is real close to you. Stop losing people because y'all don't want to communicate with each other, man. Talk to each other. Say that shit. Whatever's on your heart, if so, say that shit. Now, do you think? Okay, so do you think parents, right? When it comes to having an open line of communication with parents, I feel like that line of communication be closed until you get a certain age. Because your parents don't be trying to hear that shit, do they?
No.
Not all of them, but some of them, they don't be trying to hear that.
No.
When you try to communicate how you feel about shit, they don't be trying to hear that.
Man,
why do you think that is?
I feel like because they felt like they did the most part to raise you. They take credit for the good part that you did that they can see, but
right.
Still want to be like, I'm your parent and you, but I don't have to though, because the moral. It's weird because the morals that you brought me up on and what you want me to do, you don't want me to hold them against you. Like I have that same problem. Like, don't let nobody do you this type of way. Don't let nobody do this. But when you do it, and I stand on how you to not let anybody else do it, now I'm getting penalized for it.
Yeah.
Or I'm getting dragged down for it, or this and that. But you taught me to be. You raised me to be this way.
You raised me to be this way.
You said no matter who, no matter what.
Yeah.
And now that I'm like really reacting on it, even if it's you,
I'm wrong. And it's like you could be talking to your, and it's like with your parent, you could be talking to them about anything, and you can even bring up stuff from the past.
They gonna bring it up. They gonna find something to bring up.
Something to say.
Because girl, we was talking about the satellite. We was talking the solar system or something. And you brought up something. I was in labor for you 17.
What do your 17 hours ever got to do with me? I next be here. And you know what though? I'm one person that can really say that I experienced me expressing the way that I feel about things and the way that I feel about life. My mother did not take that shit well, bro. Her line of communication was fucking terrible. It's terrible.
Love my mama to death. My mom Gemini.
My mom tried to make me feel like I was wrong for saying how I felt about shit.
Yep.
Like, girl, what?
But you want me to have this against everybody else, but when I do it with you, and you knew you did some shit, like,
man, listen,
it's a problem.
Man, her and my dad, like, they was terrible with that shit. You know, and it's terrible to have parents that you feel like the thoughts and the feelings that you have on you can't project them to them like that. But they feel like that they can come to you and say whatever the fuck. Like, man, what? Listen, you raised the right one because play with the fuck somebody else. Because who you talking to? What you talking to?
The fact that I got 2 Gemini parents and I'm a Scorpio.
What that mean?
I don't know. I feel like I feel like you know what that means.
That ain't Gemini. Your Gemini parents. That ain't got nothing to do with
They
that.
both June Geminis. I'm not saying they got nothing to do with you.
You is saying something. But you know what's cool though? Tell her don't come for us.
If you know, you know.
Don't come for us.
If you know, you know.
So how you feel about communication at your job though? That's the hardest one. That's hard right there. But let me ask you, how you feel about with communicating with people at your job as far as like your coworkers and the supervisor go?
You got it. You see, it's like you see
What's
them.
your perspective on that shit?
You see them more than you see your home, so you gotta like. I won't say kiss ass, but you gotta like
make it work.
Make it work. Versus when you at home, it's kind of, especially when you at home, regardless of what you got roommates, you got this, you got more control in your own crib. But at work, but that's why a lot of people, and shout out to the entrepreneurs, the barbers, everybody else that's trying to really make, you know what I'm saying, they own money, because
we ain't got to deal with that shit at them jobs, because them motherfuckers
you make the rules, but them motherfuckers at the job,
they'll try you
real hard. And it's like to the point where you gotta feel like you gotta be a little bit more nicer than what you would like.
Or sometimes you find yourself doing the most, not even being yourself for your motherfucking job.
I don't know.
And honestly, I feel like
I'm mad that I even bought anybody a lot of Social McMuffins at motherfucking Sports Life, except for B-Rad. Love you, baby.
Shout out B-Rad. Rest in peace, B-Rad.
Rest in peace, B-Rad.
Man, one thing I can't say was
y'all my niggas, but I like you develop a relationship at work. You try to be cool overall because you know you're going to be there the most.
Yeah.
Even if you want to do some overtime, working holidays, you're going to try to be there as much as you want to make some money. But sometimes, let me ask you this. How do you decide that the difference between that? Be like, all right, I do want to make some more extra money, but I don't want to deal with this motherfucker.
Man, you know what it is? It be really like a... What's
that?
I'm just painting this.
Do you think?
I feel like sometimes you be at a crossroad between losing this job and making you some bread, because nobody want to miss out on no bread, you know what I'm saying? But you do what you gotta do to keep your job, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, don't nobody want to be struggling to find no bread, but it be so many things that will question that for you, and you be sitting in your car, your 10-minute break, like, do I want to quit or not? And you know what? It all stems from having terrible motherfucking communication. Because at the job, the problem with communication is you got these niggas out here who be supervisors and managers shit, and they take that shit to the core, and they be making it seem like they got control and shit. So that make you minimize the thing that you do and say at work. And that's where it take your line of communication is blocked off, because now at some point you be feeling like, damn, I can't say that, I can't say this. But reality,
you can. You can.
Because who the fuck said you can't? The fuck? And you know what? And a lot of people, especially people that be in human resources, they be the fucking worst. Your job is communications, bitch. You are specified to communicate with people.
Communicate. Figure it out.
You know what I'm saying? So
you like a fucking vocal lawyer.
You my lawyer at the job type shit.
Yeah, you know that makes sense, right?
Yeah. So I just feel like one thing about communicating with somebody, you ever been cool with somebody or been around somebody that you got amazing communication with, where y'all can say anything to each other and y'all can reflect on anything and bring shit up from the past and y'all be cool? Because they got the same understanding. For you to be a person to have open communication with somebody, you have to be a person with open understanding. You cannot try to have a relationship with somebody if it's going to be one-sided. It don't work like that, right?
Yeah, but some people really be like that, though, because I wish, like, that's where the whole agree to disagree situation come on is, y'all can say we agree to disagree all day, but...
True, but it don't got to be an argument.
No, but
it don't gotta be argument.
It don't gotta be no argument. Sometimes when you later, we can say that, but sometimes we later, I'm be like, I don't give a fuck. I still don't do it. So I don't know. Like, as long as like a lot of people can just be cool with a lot of other people's opinions and like really stand on it. Because if you gonna be like, yeah, I agree with what you're saying, and then be mad at it when you lay down at night, then that's not how you.
Yeah,
you might as well just be honest. You might as well just be honest and tell the truth. Like, all right, we ain't gonna make it, whether it's friends, family, cousins, relationship, whatever. Like, if it's still sitting on you when you sleep, and it don't feel right. Like, be okay with however you feel, because that's one thing I started learning for myself.
Right.
Like, I used to lay down like at night and be like, I shouldn't have said this to this person. Even standing up for myself, for real. I shouldn't have said this. I shouldn't have did that. I could have been like, but now, no, like. And so, if I end up lonely by myself, I'm standing on my word.
Yeah.
I'm standing on how I feel when I say it, because one thing about me, and I've been through this a lot, is that a lot of motherfuckers like me. I'm cool until I'm not cool, until I'm saying something that you don't like. And I really, now at this point, I'm feeling like that. I gotta understand about it, because I done been to a point where some people said some things that I ain't like, and I'm like, but if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. And
so, do you feel like it's people out there that play on people's emotions when it comes to, okay, because you know how you can fall out with somebody. Oh, these are people I hate right here. These people I hate. The ones where you fall out with somebody, right, and y'all don't talk for a while, and then when y'all do talk, they try to get right back to the shit like y'all ain't fall out, like the fallout wasn't that bad. Oh, it's people out here that play on that.
It was bad to them when they was falling out with you, but then when I'm cool,
but in the spare in the moment, they trying to be cool type shit. Like, how do you feel about people like that?
I'd rather, like, I've been through that before.
I've been through that before too. I've been through that before, and when you fall out with somebody, the fact that people, this is the delusion that people live in, and it's so crazy, because this is what we talking about. We talking about communication, and with communication comes accountability. Accountability.
Yeah.
I hate when you fall out with somebody and you don't hear from them when y'all fall out, and then next thing you know, you hear from them random as fuck, and next thing you know, they trying to be cool and message you and shit like ain't shit happened. No,
like nothing
no.
happened. See, and that makes me really uncomfortable.
Yeah, that makes me really uncomfortable, because why you feel like it ain't a conversation to be had?
But see, that be the problem, bro. Because some people be like, "Oh, you hold no, I just didn't forget."
Yeah, I just didn't forget, because we was cool, and if we was cool like that, we should have been able to talk about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, why do people feel like it's okay to do that? And if y'all got an answer in the comments, please let me know, because I don't understand. Don't fall out with people. Hey, listen, if don't nobody need to hear this, you hearing it from Key from Let's Talk About It, the podcast. You hearing from me. If you got a problem with somebody, or you got some type of disagreement or some type of dumb shit going on with a friend or whoever the fuck, and you know you need to have a conversation about it, don't text them talking about what you doing. Nigga, I'm sitting here dwelling on the shit that we fell out about 17 months ago. Yes, because people don't forget shit. And that's just real. That's just real, man. And I feel
at the same time, be a little considerate. Be a little considerate. Like if somebody did something and you want to approach this person and say something to them or whatever, come at them. Treat them how you want to be treated.
Treat them how you want to be treated, for sure.
Don't come at them like, bitch.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't got to do that.
What was that, man?
I was trying to do the little shamar dance, but I ain't got
it. but you know what she said.
But y'all know what I'm saying. Like, don't come so aggressive.
Especially if you have somebody in your life that is willing to uphold that part of a relationship, because that's part of having a relationship with somebody.
I feel like pride too. Pride got a lot of
part to play. There's people out here that never said I'm sorry for something. Yeah. Or there's people out here that did a lot of shit that never said I apologize for that. And that could be the hardest thing. Say I apologize. I ain't gonna lie. It can be hard sometimes.
I don't mind saying sorry. Especially if somebody be, I don't mind saying sorry. Man. I don't care. I ain't gonna throw no names out there, but I was mad at a friend. I'm pretty sure she's gonna see this. I was mad at a friend because I'm like, you don't talk to me on you no more. I call myself trying to stand up, but she was like, bitch, blah 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 blah, and I was like, okay. When she made a lot of sense to me, all I can do is be like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry. Even with my spouse, how many times I had said sorry to you?
We said each other like. We had said sorry to each other for a lot of things.
I've said sorry to you a lot of times.
Apologizing can be hard, but
it feels good though.
I don't understand. Like, what make people feel like they don't be wrong, especially when you wrong. Oh, it's so many people out there who feel like they just not wrong. Motherfucker, you wrong. They did all type of shit, and they just feel like they ain't wrong. And when you going back and forth with them, you find yourself going back and forth with them, y'all having a heated debate type shit, and they just don't see. It's a lot of people out there like that. And sad as it is, it be people that's grown as fuck, young as fuck, teenagers, parents, teachers. I mean, everybody feel like they have a point in life where they're not wrong, whereas you know they was.
But how do you sleep at night?
How do you sleep at night? I mean, when people, I can't even lie. I had situations in my life where I felt like I got to do somebody where I was not wrong. Maybe sometimes your morals and your values really do stand you, and when your morals and your values really do stand on something. And they may not make sense to the other person, but to you it make all the sense.
That's what I'm saying.
But for you to be somebody that just be intentionally doing shit to people, and you just act like you don't know.
But sometimes
that shit crazy.
Sometimes people think they're not doing it because they agree to disagree is different from they agree to disagree.
Right.
It's messy. Everything is messy. It's messy, but it just depends on what type of heart and you know what I'm saying. Like, how do I say this? Like,
no, I think I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying. Like, it just
so if you had anything to convey to everybody that's watching about opening up their lines of communication with somebody that they would like to fix things with, or even if you disagree with something that you got going on with somebody that's close to you, what's one message that you would tell them?
Being open to listen. And a lot of people, it's a lot of y'all that probably don't know me, and it takes a lot to make me. I'm very sensitive, but that don't matter. Hear them, even if it don't make sense to you. Hear the opposite party, and just hope, fingers crossed, whether y'all can get to a humble agree to disagree. But if y'all can't, separate ways in the good spirit, in the good vibe.
Because there ain't no need for no beef, right?
And ain't no need for no beef. We got all this shit going on. Whether it's okay if y'all grew out or grew apart or y'all grew away or y'all did this or y'all did that.
But it don't got to be no beef, though.
But it don't have to be no beef.
A conversation can be had. It's called communication.
It's called communication, understanding.
And it's like, from my point of view, if you got somebody that you feel like y'all just need to talk.
Even if y'all talk and things don't be okay, understand that and be okay with that. Things may not be how it used to be, but at least y'all at peace.
At least y'all at peace, and it ain't no reason why you laying down with shit on your heart at night.
Yep.
About somebody else. Even if you feel like they blocking you out and they not trying to hear you out or hear what you saying, man, still say that shit. I don't care. Don't let nobody make you feel like you can't say how you feel about things, and that's where communication comes into play. Because the moment you find yourself harboring your feelings and thoughts, going to sleep with that shit, you dreaming about it, that's crazy work. You don't gotta do that.
You losing sleep.
You losing sleep. Yeah, you don't gotta do that, man.
Your mental stability, your emotional stability,
and
everything
it's gonna build on you, and that shit ain't healthy. And the people that make you feel like it is, and the people that make you feel like you can't voice your opinion on how you feel about them, shame on them. Right, boo? Shame on them.
Shame on them.
Shame on them. All right, y'all. That's been a good episode, and I hope this one reach a lot of people. We care about y'all.
Even if y'all got something to say, if we missed the topic, y'all drop it in the comments.
Yeah, let me know. Hit me up. If you feel like you need to talk to me about something, hey, let's talk about it. Shoot me a DM. Hey,
y'all don't forget Scorpio season coming up soon.
Scorpio season is coming up soon, man. Hey, let's talk about the podcast. It's a wrap. We out.